Welcome back to the Sovereign Ratio. Today we're going to take a look at Merit Circle and its token Beam, one of the most promising gaming projects in the entire crypto space that has seen massive gains in recent weeks. If you're new here, please hit the subscribe button, the like button, and leave me a comment below. So what is Merit Circle, or Beam? Well, first of all, as we can see in this presentation they have on their home screen, they've recently done a collaboration with both Immutable X and Polygon to integrate into the gaming space, and I can't imagine a much better integration than that, except maybe Render and Chainlink. Sometimes I do a summary on these coins, but in this particular instance, I'm just going to read it to you. The Merit Circle DAO is an ever-evolving digital ecosystem built by a global community to ensure the future of gaming. With a strong foundation in the Web3 space, we are committed to integrating the endless possibilities of blockchain technology with the latest in gaming to create the next generation of immersive gaming experiences. And it goes on to extrapolate on that as well. The summation of it is any good crypto token is focused on connectivity between other blockchains. Merit Circle is doing exactly that within the gaming space. I think where this token and this project really shines is not necessarily in the details of the gaming space, but in the broad scope of the gaming space and making it part of people's daily lives as we move forward with Web3. I think Merit Circle has a very broad view, and that's also why it's in the higher ranking of the market cap right now, is because it's focusing on that wide view rather than a very esoteric, narrow type of singular game. Kind of like Vulcan Forged, or Vulcan Forged being a studio, or Immutable X being a technology, or Render being a technology. Merit Circle, I feel like, is like a marketing campaign for Web3, while also focusing on ways to improve the games themselves. But this is a very broad view play if you're interested in crypto gaming and investing in crypto gaming. You can see on the bottom of the website here, they have some of their partnerships listed from Sphere, Vulcan Forged, Defiance Capital, Spartan, Citizen X, and some other projects that I personally hold or plan on holding, like Illuvium and Cypher, which I still have last year's Cypher bag from the initial ICO, but UFO Gaming, which is basically the meme coin of gaming, which I also have from last cycle. And there's just a lot of partnerships here. The most important one right there in the middle that you may not see is Digital Currency Group. That is probably a good explanation as to why the market cap has ascended to the levels that it has in recent weeks. We're going to look at the token now, but first I want to point out there are a couple of tokens labeled Beam. There's the one with the 4 different color stripes, which is the one that we want. That is the correct Beam. The one below that says Beam is actually Beam Finance. I'm not exactly sure what that project is all about, but I can tell you if you're buying it somewhere like MEXC, the differentiator is that on MEXC, the Beam token that we want is BeamX. So you might want to check that out and make sure that you're buying the right Beam if you do decide to invest in this token. That being said, the tokenomics are here. Max supply of this token is 62,615,000,000. Total supply is the same, and circulating supply is 47,669,000,000, which is a relatively good percentage as far as circulating supply to max supply. Current market cap is 867 million. Still plenty of room for this token to go up to see a couple $1 billion market cap for sure, especially if it has a nice little correction first here, as I think we're going to have in the upcoming couple weeks. 24-hour trading volume is pretty decent. Mostly people actually selling though, because it was up to 0.025 and now it's at 0.018. I think a good buy point on Beam, as we're going to see in a little bit, is 0.013. We'll see if it gets there, not really sure. But this token, for all intents and purposes, is a nice token to be holding for the next bull run, especially because it hasn't seen a true bull run yet. So previously this token was listed as MC for Merit Circle before it changed to Beam, and there was a 40-to-1 split on the token. This is the MEXC chart, which as you can see is extremely robust and full of useful data. But no, for real, this is the weekly chart. You can see it's just been straight up. Like I said, it's the market cap has ascended very, very quickly. So I think what we're going to do is go down to the daily chart here and see what we can glean from this, just from the MEXC listing. So if we do a Fibonacci retracement here from the top, I think a good buy point here is in the 0.014 area at the 61865 golden pocket. If we're really lucky, maybe we could get it over here just above 0.01 at some point with this area of volume that we have here. If we go to the 4-hour chart, kind of the same situation. We can try to do a fib retracement down here from this point and see what we get. Basically the same thing, 618 to 0.014. So that's where I would be looking at picking up a pretty hefty size position in this token, 0.014. And then also, again, if we're lucky, just above 0.01. And as always, I like to do a scenario where I pretend this has seen a bull market before, even though it hasn't. So basically, we're looking for the point to where a 98, 99% drawdown would lead us to the bottom here at what we're looking at. So I kind of went ahead and did that already. It's at around 30 cents. So if we do a fib extension from 30 cents all the way down to the bottom, and then we look for the 1618, that comes in around 48 cents. We can call that a nice, easy 50 cents for this token. If we go to the 2618, we're looking at 77 cents. So we'll probably just call that 75 cents. And then because this is a pretty touted project, we'll go ahead and look at the 3618, which is just over $1. So we're looking at 50 cents, 75 cents, or $1 as targets for the bull run. I like to tell everybody conservatively because this is not financial advice. You should just be careful and monitor your investments. But 50 cents is a good TP point, 75 cents is a good TP point, but there are so many other Fibonacci extensions that a token like this could see. It's rank 80 on the market cap right now, so it does have some room to move, especially being it's under $1 billion market cap. I'm not going to make any promises. I like people to make solid money, so let's say 50 cents is a good TP point, even though it could go much higher than that. Also, to correct something I said earlier, I said it was a 1-to-40 split with Merit Circle. It was actually a 1-to-100 split with the Beam and Merit Circle merger. So I was incorrect there. It says there on the top, so correction. But hopefully you learned something about Merit Circle or Beam. You can see that it is a quality project. I'm personally investing in it. I think it's around 2% of my portfolio is what I'm putting into the Beam token. DCAing on the way down, especially in that 0.014 area, like I mentioned, because I do think there's a correction coming. But maybe it doesn't go down there, and maybe I just don't get my bags filled. I don't know. But it is something I'm putting 2% of my portfolio in. Maybe you're interested in it too. Hopefully you learned something about it. If you're new here, please hit the subscribe button, the like button, leave me a comment below. Follow me on Twitter and X. I'm becoming more active there to try to develop social media presence as well as a YouTube presence. So thank you for coming by. I appreciate all of you. We'll see you in the next video, and safe trading.